In this video, you'll see my absolute best drone recommendations under $500 for the year 2020. I did kind of put an order to them, but they're all really good drones, so don't take it for granted. Each drone has its pluses and minuses, which by the way you can see on the site where I did an article review, which also has individual video reviews for each of them, if you want to go more in depth. Also stick to the end because the number one drone is quite special and it is a new release for 2020. Hi, I'm Paul from dronesgator.com, the site where I review drones and make buyer guides. But anyway, let's get started. The DJI Spark. Although it made my top of the list drones just 1 year ago, the DJI Spark isn't the definite winner for the under $500 category anymore. DJI has stopped selling it on their site, but you can still find it to buy in the description. For those of you who don't know about it, the DJI Spark is a really compact drone with a 15-minute battery life, a 1080p camera and a 2-axis stabilization gimbal. It's a really solid quadcopter and it comes with a ton of flight modes that are really well made. From circle around to follow me and even obstacle avoidance. It has this sensor in front that helps it with detecting obstacles. The camera also has some electronic image stabilization, so the footage is surprisingly smooth. This drone is absolutely perfect for photos too, as it can take amazing 4K photos that can be edited later in post-processing and made to look quite professional. It's still a great drone in 2020 and I definitely recommend it if you want a sturdy drone that can take a few crashes no problem. The Xiaomi Fimi X8 is a really capable drone with a 4K camera, 5 km range, 30-minute battery life and a 3-axis gimbal stabilization. I will underline that this drone is unique through the fact that it shoots 2.7K in 60p, which is something I wanted for a long time now, considering I usually shoot in 2.7K anyway, and this allows me to do some slow motion shots. The drone and controller are both well made, typical for Xiaomi, and the app is also pretty good too. A thing about this drone, although it may look like it has optical flow sensors in front, it in fact doesn't. But the Fimi does come with optical flow sensors underneath to better hold its position in the air. The only downside of this drone is that the gimbal doesn't have any ground clearance and you might have to launch it from a plane surface. Otherwise, its flight modes are all working great and the gimbal does an extremely good job overall. It's better than the smaller drones on this list by the fact that it's sturdy and powerful in wind and you can do many complex movements simultaneously with it. Its cheaper brother, the Xiaomi Fimi A3, made it on the top of the list of my drones under $300. So you can check my video on that category right here in the corner. My full list with all these drones can be checked in the description down there. It's an article with all the pros and cons of each drone and individual video reviews to each of them, so check that out. The Mavic Mini is a really special drone, mainly because it's really capable, although it's actually under 250 grams, so you don't have to register it in most countries, including the United States. It comes with a 3-axis gimbal, a 2.7K camera, 30-minute battery life and a 4 km range. What more can you want for this size? It's also foldable and super small in size, the perfect vlogging or travel drone in my opinion. So if you're a casual user who doesn't know what ND filters are, then go for this one for sure. But if you're a professional, you may find the lack of freedom in camera settings a bit limiting. You can't change things like ISO or shutter speed, for example. However, the drone shoots amazing footage as it is, and it actually handles wind really well despite its small size. I have noticed that if you want to do really complex movements with it, at the same time it loses a bit of altitude. But other than that, it's a super great drone for filming and taking photos, and the specs it comes with, amazing. I feel like it's one of my favorite drones on this list simply because it's so small and easy to carry, so I tend to fly it more often just because of that. I wouldn't have necessarily put the Hubsan Zeno 2 on the first spot, because it's really on par with the Xiaomi Fimi X8 in my opinion. I haven't reviewed it yet on my channel, but it's definitely coming soon. But currently there's some issues with the virus, so I can't really go outside that easily. However, with the Hubsan Zeno 2 we're talking about 4K 60fps recording with a 3-axis gimbal, great GPS stability, 8 km range and 32-minute battery life. It records at 100 megabits per second and guess what? It supports ND filters that are easily detachable, perfect for professionals. Another interesting feature the Hubsan Zeno 2 features is a detachable gimbal. This modular system means you can update it in the future with another camera release maybe. Frankly, the only downside of this drone is that at the moment this video was recorded, it was a bit over $500. I still wanted to put it on the list because in a few months I may find a coupon and put it in the description, and maybe you get it under the price. You can check the current price in the description below. If you really like this drone but don't have that much of a budget, then check out the Hubsan Zeno 1. It's also featured as my top drone under $300 if you want to check the video right here. Don't forget to leave a comment down below and tell me what drones you like best from this list. Also check the description because there's a lot of helpful articles and videos right there to help you make the decision. If you're still undecided what to buy, I do recommend you check the drone tool down in the description, where you can sort drones by price, battery life, range and so on, and you get everything recommended in the table next to it. If you like drones in general and don't know where to start, you can visit DronesGator's homepage and it will guide you to the respective categories where you can learn a lot more about drones in general or about specific models. If you want to see more videos like this, it would help a lot if you'd like this video for the YouTube algorithm, subscribe and hit the bell notification icon so that you get notified whenever I post a new video. I post about 3 times per week. If you want, you can watch the related video right here, the next recommended video right here, and you can subscribe to DronesGator easily if you click on my face right now. I usually post buyer guides for drones in general, individual reviews, photography and videography tips and so on. So thanks for watching and see ya later, alligator!